Dear students, in this session I will talk about different business letters. What are the structures of business letters, guidelines for business letter, and how a business letter looks like. And also I will talk about different guidelines and structure of formal reports. So first we will start with business letters. There are different types or categories of business letters. First there is one called letter of confirmation, letter of acknowledgement. There are letters of inquiry, letters of reply, letters of complaint, letters of adjustment, then collection letter, sales letters, circular letters. In your module you will see that all kinds of letters are very different kinds of words or tone or different kinds of paragraph formation is there. But as for today's session I will be talking that there should be a similar kind of common structure can be followed for all these kind of letter. So first I will talk about different kind of guidelines. There are certain guidelines we have to follow. First is like you have to have use very short sentences. Don't use very long sentences throughout the letter. You should be using very short sentences so that it means it has a clear meaning and it ensures clear understanding and easier understanding. Second point is choose simple words. No use of using very tough words or words which is like not easy to understand. So simple words are very useful. It can convey your message very clearly and more appropriately. Third is like too many words, too many too many words is not that appropriate. You should use very clear words, short words, and so that it convey your exact meaning. And also you have to put your tone in such a way that it sounds very polite, no rudeness is there, and in a very polite manner. And second is and also like appropriate tone you have to maintain throughout the letter. If it is you should ensure that friendliness is there, persuasive nature is there. There might be something, if you want to say sorry or something like that should your words should reflect that particular kind of emotions. And also letter should not be too long or too short. It should be very precise, it should be to the point, and also whatever fact you write, it should be very accurate, based on particular data, based on fact, cannot make lot of things. And also grammatical accuracy, spelling accuracy, these are also very important. And always have to double check all the facts and figures whichever you will be using for your business letter. Lastly, throughout the letter you should maintain a particular consistency. Suppose you say something at the very beginning, you should not just say opposite of that particular words whichever you said earlier. There should be some consistency throughout the letter. And lastly, you should take a different initiative, like you have to request for further information, or if any further clarification is needed, whether you can be contacted. And also try to give some more information. You have to guess that you have to assume that what the other person might again ask. So that kind of assumption and initiativeness you have to take. Like suppose for a business letter somebody asks for your particular product or service, so you just not you should not write about the product or service only. You should also take extra initiative and write about where to order, how to order, when to purchase, where to purchase, and what are the terms and conditions of buying that particular product. So even if the writer did not ask you about all these terms and conditions and where to buy and all those, but you can take the initiative and write more. So that is also part of the guidelines of the business letter. So next I will talk about the structure of business letter. Now the structure of business letter It varies according to different letters. There might be 3 paragraphs, there might be 2 paragraphs, but there are certain things we have to follow which is very common to all of these letters. First there would be certain headings, then there would be date, inside address, salutation, then body paragraph 1, 2 or maybe 3, and there would be complimentary closing, then signature, and if there is any enclosure that you will put. Well, and then first actually if we talk about different opening paragraph or introductory paragraph, there you have to write what are the reference or on which background you are writing this letter. First paragraph. Second paragraph, there would be more detailed information giving different details whichever is asked in the previous letter. And then in the third paragraph there should be what are the actions to be taken, what are the actions they are planning to take. And lastly, in the closing paragraph there would be some friendly note and some salutations, complimentary closing, and that's all. So throughout this thing it should be in a very logical sequence. It should sound very polite, very friendly, and also very cordial, and no kind of ambiguity or no kind of confusion it should not create. It should be very logical. So it's like very simple thing, like where you have learned what you have to do. First you have to write like that, what you are going to write, and then you write what you were planning to write, and then what you are going to do, that also you write, and then you close in a friendly note. So that's the basic idea, basic logical sequence. Now I will talk about different reports. As we know, like there might be some annual report, there would be a monthly report, weekly report, lot of reports we have to submit to our seniors in the company management and like that. And also a lot of research report also you have to submit. But formal report, research report, there are different formats we will follow, there are different guidelines we will follow, but there are some basic rules that is true for all kinds of report. First, like you have what are some of the ability we should know, we should have some skill we should have to write reports. Like we should have the ability to record a lot of facts very clearly and objectively, and then we have the report should have some sort of we can interpret different kind of informations. So ability to interpret different informations, and also in the report there we should be able to draw conclusions, and ultimately from the report we should come up with certain recommendations and for improving the situations. So there are certain guidelines also we have to follow, or you can say even the checklist. Those are like the report should be very factual. Whatever we write, that should be based on clear and true data. It should be very honestly written, and all the informations should be relevant and very truly based on truth. And then it should be objective. It should be based on it should not be like very subjective. It should be very objective in a sense that it's to the point. It should be based on particular figures, facts and all. It should be very logical, not like you write conclusion in the middle, recommendation at the beginning, or say introduction in the middle or something like that. It should be very logical and one by one pointing or referencing figures, facts very logically, and maintain a particular structure. And it should be just like any other letters or any other communication, it should be very consistent. Whatever we say something, some conclusions, some comments or whatever, that should be consistent throughout the report. It should be not only about facts, it should also about the format. Like some main headings we put say 16-point font, then another main heading also it should be 16 point, not like all the subheadings 14, now again 15 points, again 17 points, again bulleted, or again not bulleted, italic, lot of things we maintain. So a lot of things we do, so that we should not do. It should be always keeping the same format throughout the report, same kind of spacing throughout the report, same kind of grammatical pattern, same all the headings, subheadings should be present very logically, and also it's not make sure that your own opinions and preference do not get in a way of writing the report. You can state your own viewpoints only whenever you are requested, not that you can say something. Your record, you should record facts very impartially. These are the basic guidelines. Moreover, it should not be too long, too short. It should be very concise, because nobody has that much time to go through every detail or something like that. Whatever facts or whatever recommendation, conclusion you want to draw, that should be highlighted properly, that should be clearly stated, very concise and very clear, very simple way. The more simple the report, it's better report. Because if you cannot make the reader understand your report is not meaningful. So write a simple report, but it should be based on proper facts. It should be clearly stated. So these are the main thing for guidelines for writing reports. Now I will talk about structure of report. Structure of reports, a lot of formats are there in the whole world. Like for different kinds of research report, there is one called APA format, American Psychological Association. They have certain reports writing format. Harvard Business School, they have certain formats. A lot of formal reports, a lot of company, they have particular format they write, but still we can follow certain things which are sort of universal. Just like there should be certain headings. In the main headings there should be written what is the name of your company, the heading or the report title page, you can call title page. And then second is term of reference, or you can have like executive summary, a letter of authorization or letter of transmittal, whatever you say. It's like why did you write the report, or for whom it was written, why it was required, what were asked for this report, what are the expected outcomes out of this report. All these are to be written in the terms of reference. So it's like to report on sales promotion requested by marketing department and so on. It's like that. And also there are certain procedures we have to follow, like how we got this whole information, by survey, by interviews, by questionnaire, or what are the sources of information. Like just like in research report we have to write what are the methodologies we will follow, how the research design is there, how we will get all the data, just like that. And also after we get all the facts, figures and all, there should be certain headings like findings. What are the findings from this report, and it should be very logically written and in a very sequential manner. And also we can use different subheadings like findings from this part, finding from that part, and so on. And lastly, after findings we have to draw conclusion out of all those facts we have got. So in that case also we have to write in a very logical way, what are the logical implication from the information, from the findings, and also what are the inference in the conclusion that we have to write. So after the conclusion we have to write suggestions, or we say recommendation. So in the recommendation we have to present all the suggestions we want to make based on the facts we have found, based on the data we have found, based on the data analysis which has been done before. So what are the things, what are the steps to be taken, what are the things to do, how to do, what to do, and all these actions to be taken by any of the department of a company. So those are the things we have to enlist. So it's like in the closing also we can put signature, name, title, and what are the references. So basically these are the main things, but also there are certain things to be included, very detailed things, but those are also very important things. Like for example, at the very beginning, after the title page or executive summary or letter of acknowledgement or letter of transmittal, there might be a table of contents. In the table of contents all the pages can be put exactly like which subheadings is on which page, which headings in which page, or so on. In that you can also put list of figures, list of tables, list of different different kind of graphs and all those diagrams. You can list all those things, and after that we can have all these headings, and after conclusion recommendation there might be some like reference in the reference whichever books we have used, whichever reports, earlier reports you have used, like all the list of all the secondary data. You have to list all the journals, magazines, books, and websites visited, all the things to be listed. Also you can have the person whom you have contacted also, or you can put that in the acknowledgement, letter of acknowledgement. And lastly, you can add in the appendix or appendices all the figures, all the tables, all the extra diagrams, extra maps, extra survey collect, all the report of the survey or the data collections, whatever you have done, data analysis, how you have done detailed data analysis, detailed data, all these things can be put in the appendix. So this way we can have a formal report, and if this kind of reports are very much logically written, clearly written, then it would be very easy for the senior managers to take decisions, because after all reports are made for seniors to make decisions properly. If reports are not very clearly written, if reports are not very simple and very clear, then managers will have tough time to take proper decision. Maybe data are collected properly but it's not analyzed properly and not clearly presented, then the managers will have a lot of problems interpreting, and there might be a lot of framing error for taking a lot of decisions. So for proper decision making, formal reports are very important. And one more thing, a lot of people, they think report or business letter, these are very it should look very hard, or a lot of tough words to be used, or a lot of it's very technical or something like that. But in business world, all the business report, the best business report are most simple looking and is very easy to understand. So, and it's very tough to write easy reports. So always if you follow this kind of guidelines, the report will look very crispy and report will be look very professional. So ultimately, always remember, try to be simple, try to be clear, whatever you want to say, write, and always be attentive and interested whenever you listen. So that's all from me for this session. Thank you very much.